how we do. Return to the noise is how we do. How we do. You know it's how we do.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Crown Peach Show. I'm your host Chris, and I'm very excited to have this guest in studio today, Litty Rick. Thank you so much for being here.
It's a pleasure to be here. I'm honored.
I love that you're honored, and I love that you were excited, most importantly, because you've been like posting nonstop on social media, like, look, guess where I'm going? And I love it. I feel special.
You gotta get the word out there, let everybody know what's going on.
For sure. Excuse me. You're like your biggest fan. Like you have to be your biggest fan to make it in this world. We have to love ourselves first, right?
Definitely, 100%.
So I want to get straight into who you are. But first, to find out who you are, I got to know where you've been. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Arcadia, California. It's right a suburb of Los Angeles. I was born in Pasadena. So went to all middle school, high school, all through Arcadia, and then that's where I grew up at. So
okay. Do you have siblings?
Only child.
Only child. Ooh, that's how we like each other because I'm the only child too.
Hey.
So are you bratty? Are you like bougie? Are you like needy? Tell the truth.
A little bit of both.
Right? All of the above. We can't help it because we're the only child. So were you raised by both your mom and dad?
My mom raised me.
Your mom raised you? All right, cool. I had a talk with my daughter today about, some of the strongest men in the world are raised by all women. That's not to talk bad on dads, but, like we could do it on our own if we have to. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
Yeah. It seems like your mom did a really good job.
She did a fantastic job. Kudos to moms.
Yes, for sure. I can say that with like confidence because he has been nothing but professional and sweet and nice and not like some of these other guys in my DMs. No names. But anyways, no names, but I will put you on blast if you do it again, cochino. But anyways, so only child. What was that like growing up, just you and your moms?
It was, because a lot of my friends, they had siblings, so it was unique in its own way. Mm-hmm. It was a great experience growing up. My mom went over and beyond to get me to where I'm at today. Mm-hmm. So once again, kudos to you moms. But it was a journey, and it was a grind, and mom played both roles, as you know. So I had to step it up on my end to kind of kick it up a notch and do what I had to do to get to where I'm at now. Mm-hmm. So
what was school like? Your early days in school?
Well, I went to predominantly a private school.
Okay.
Through elementary and middle school, that was all private. Mm-hmm. It was okay. I can't really speak too much on that because just it could have been better.
Yeah.
And in high school, I went to Arcadia High School. It was a public high school.
Yeah. What was that transition like, going from a private school to now a public school?
Crazy. It was. But I enjoyed it because I got to play basketball there and made the team and
nice.
Had a lot of good experiences. Met a lot of one of my day one homeboys right now. I met at Arcadia. So
okay.
Shout out to Alex Lopez. So
that's cool. And you guys are still friends to this day.
To this day.
Okay. Well, you look hella young, so I feel like that's like what, 10 years y'all been friends? You do. I'm like, you look hella young.
Something
you
like
tell
that.
Me your age. It's okay.
Something like that.
I'm not gonna share mine either. Well, that's cool. Okay, so it's always good when you have someone that has known you, back then. Because once you get to like where you are right now, do you know what I mean? Like
right.
Fire songs on Spotify, doing the damn thing. It's hard to tell who the real ones are and who the fake ones are.
100%.
Right? Have you ever had to deal with that? In the early days of like going from high school to where you are today?
Yeah. Sometimes you have to catch on to certain people and what their motives are. Some people have hidden agendas, mm-hmm. and you kind of got to weed those out and kind of look at your formula and see if they fit or if they don't fit.
If they're prepared to go to the next level with you, right?
Right, exactly.
I hear you. Some people out there trying to play leapfrog, like just trying to jump over you to get to, who's in front of you. So rude.
100%.
So after high school, then what?
After high school, I tried to. I started going harder with my music, mm-hmm. and then I was also trying to play basketball at a certain point through JUCO. That didn't work out.
What's JUCO?
Junior college.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was, got hurt with injuries. That didn't work out. So I just ended up continuing to go with my music grind, mm-hmm. and went full throttle with that and just kept recording and networking.
Yeah.
And it just slowly progressed after that.
So did you catch the love of music in high school? Is that where it started for you?
Shortly after that.
Shortly after?
Yeah, I was living with a friend of mine, another good close friend of mine. Shout out Jack J. We were living in Pasadena, and this dude would just randomly just freestyles at the top of top of the brain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just comes out with these raps, and I'm like, man, where do you get all this talent, bro? Like, you know what I mean? So we ended up starting to just write songs and record, and that's how it started. So
That's dope. That's dope. Okay, I can spit rhymes too, but it's mainly Dr. Seuss stuff.
hey,
Because, stay-at-home mom, so it's not really good. But, yeah, it's nothing to brag about. But anyways, so okay, you find the bug for music right after high school, living with somebody. When did you first perform for people?
my first performance was through a car club in Whittier. We ended up getting, me and my boy Jag that I was just talking about, we ended up getting booked for a show it's called the Green Turtle. And that's where they had a lot of up and coming artists come there and perform, and open mic nights and stuff like that. And then we went there in the Blue Monkey Night Lounge in Hollywood. Shout out Rick Hard, got us the show. So that was my very first performance.
And what was that like?
Hella nervous at first, but once we saw the atmosphere and things kind of, the night progressed and the performance went on, it was a great feeling.
So do you still get nervous to this day, getting on right before you get on stage to perform somewhere?
It's a different kind of nervous. It's actually a good nervous.
Yeah.
Because I've done it a few times now. So it's, after all these years of performing and getting the experience in the industry, the knowledge of it, it's a good nervous.
It's a good nervous now.
Yeah.
There's still a nervous there, but it's a good feeling.
Definitely.
And then once that adrenaline hits, you're on fire.
You're on fire. Fuego.
Fuego, exactly. So it's not all rainbow and sunshine and butterflies. I know that. What has been your worst experience since you started this journey of music?
Oh, man. There's been quite a few. Dealing with the wrong people. Dealing with the wrong people. People wasting your time. Trying to promise you something that can't happen.
Yeah.
You don't want to, you work so hard at what you do, and then come to find out it's like you coming across these people that say they're going to do X, Y, and Z for you, and it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like dealing with, scammers or people that talk a good game and say they could do this and that. Doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So
how do you deal with that in your life? Because I'm sure it still happens here and there, but you have a better eye for it now. But how do you deal with something like that?
You just got to shrug it off. And it's a grind. This industry is definitely a grind. And you want to be prepared for all obstacles coming your way in the future. And, kind of just take awareness of it could happen again.
Yeah.
It could happen, but you got to be smart. And I've been doing this for a while now, so it's like I kind of catch on to things right away. I could see it a mile away when it's
and
in front of me.
they come in all shapes and sizes, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I know they do.
100%.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so that's your worst, but what's your best experience since day one starting music?
I want to say recording this record that I have not put out yet.
Okay.
It's called 1,000 Words. It was about my dad who passed away and my grandmother who passed away. First verse is talking about my dad, and then I get into the second verse talking about my grandmother, my mom's mom.
Yeah.
Shout out Marie, love you, rest in peace. So that's it. Because when I played that song for my family, for close friends, like I said, it's unreleased. It's gonna be dropping soon. I'll get into that later, but it was just a hell of an experience just to record that project.
Yeah.
Because just
Probably
based on
therapy. When did you write it? How long ago?
I want to say back in 2013.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a labor of love.
Definitely.
And is that why you haven't released it yet? Because you just haven't.
We're kind of doing some reproduction on it.
Okay.
So it's the storyline is going to be the same, obviously, because that's my story.
Yeah.
But we're going to updo the production and get it right, and it should be dropping this fall. So
yeah, it seems like you love something so much, like you don't just want to throw it out there. You want to perfect it before you share that with the world.
Right.
Do you remember the first song you wrote down? Maybe you've never shared with anybody, but it's like the first lyrics you wrote down.
Yeah, it was with my boy Jag again. It was a song called Every Day, just talking about being with a female every day, a girl you like, going on dates or whatever, taking her out. So that was I wrote the hook to that song, and that's pretty much my first lyrics.
First one.
Yeah.
And that's been released, right? Is it out there? No.
We didn't even end up putting it out because it's just you progress as you get on as an artist. So we didn't even end up putting it out, but we recorded it and we played it for certain people, but it just never was released.
Okay. Again, it's like a piece of you. It's yours. You know what I mean? So, your first performance was at an open mic.
Right.
Where's your biggest performance been?
I opened up for Eric Bellinger.
Okay.
Shout out EB, Neiman. This was at a venue in Carson, and it was a big night. And me and my boy Ariel performed one of my older singles called "Good Girl," and definitely got some good photos from that night. Fans had with their phones out and stuff like that. So it was definitely a dope experience.
Yeah. So when you're on stage, do you embrace the audience, meaning like you see them all there, or do you kind of like tune them out?
Sometimes I see them there, and sometimes it's a blur.
Okay.
Because I'm so just focused on what I'm doing, but I try to, when it's not a blur, I try to interact with the fans, show them love. Because if it wasn't for the fans, what I'm saying, the fans are everything.
For sure. How do you deal with maybe you have a performance that night, but you wake up just not in the mood? Has it ever happened to you, and how do you deal with that?
Never happened to me.
Never happened to you?
No.
You don't wake up cranky and you're like, I don't want to see nobody today.
It's never experienced that ever.
Yeah.
So. Do
you think that's because you don't see it as a job? It's like your passion, your love?
Partly, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've just never. If I have an opportunity to perform or rock a crowd or rock the stage, I'm gonna take every effort with that. So
no matter what.
Has
personal life, maybe a fight with your girl or whatever, ever affected your performance?
Never.
All right.
It's actually motivated me.
Okay. I like that energy.
If I was having some issues with a girl I was dating or talking to or with, or just some other off the wall issue, you know what I'm saying? You want to prove the naysayers wrong. So it just motivates me.
You're like, girl, you're going to be in my song now. You and your drama are going to be in my song. Okay, is there, besides the 1,000-word song you wrote for your dad and your grandma, which I think is beautiful, and I cannot wait to hear it, is there any other songs that you've written for somebody? You don't have to tell me who. I mean, off camera you could tell me, but you don't have to tell me who. Written for somebody, or they've been inspired by somebody.
No.
No?
No, not really.
All right, you're going to tell me off camera. That's I heard a lot of songs with this. I'm just kidding. Oh, no. My artist going to have to bleep that out. All right, cool. Okay, so music. Is there any other passion or love you have in your life right now besides music?
No, actually, no. There's not. It's just, ever since I started doing music, it's been a dream to get to where I'm trying to get. So it's just music right now.
All right. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, where you're trying to get, for sure. Do you have a clothing line or anything like that you want to bring up or aspire to do or anything like that? Yeah,
I'm working with a brand right now. I'm a brand ambassador. Shout out Kenyatta Sands, CEO of Positive Wear Clothing. He's got a lot of dope stuff out right now.
Yeah, that's a cool name. What's it called again?
Positive Wear Clothing.
Positive Wear Clothing. I like that. So you're the brand ambassador for that.
Correct.
What does that mean?
Basically, you just represent the brand. Okay. Whether it's in photos or videos, on social media, on the internet, on your website. You just put the brand out there, and even in public. And so we're gonna get some merchandise together, and definitely upscale the Litty clothing line coming soon. So.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, if anybody out there has some jeans that'll fit this peach, I'll be ambassador to that all day for sure. We're going to take a really quick break and we'll be right back. But during this break, you're going to get to see what Litty Rick does all day and all night with no drama involved.
Black car, finna run it up. Red bottoms on my feet, finna fuck it up. Got my bag, got my money, yeah, that's true enough. If you ain't about yours, what the fuck is up? it up. Red bottoms on my feet, finna f it up. Got my bag, got my money, yeah, that's true enough. If you ain't about yours, what the f is up?
You know your boy stay flyer than a jet. All this ice on my chain, or I keep the pussy wet. Girls wanna get it when they see the big baguettes. Balenciagas on my feet, and they know your boy a vet. I'm a star in these streets, no war zone. JC on the beat, got him in the zone. We got Henny in my cup, no chaser. G-Wagon on the scene, keep the pace up. We got bitches in the back with the cash app. You know we run it all up on the cash app. But my shit be off-white. Drip hella glossy and you know my shit be all bright.
Black car, finna run it up. Red bottoms on my feet, finna f it up. Got my bag, got my money, yeah, that's true enough. If you ain't about yours, what the f is up? Black car, finna run it up. Red bottoms on my feet, finna f it up. Got my bag, got my money, yeah, that's true enough. If you ain't about yours, what the f is up?
You know the pennant on my chain stay wavy. And your girl, she gon' salute me like the Navy. They see me running through the mall with the bags out. Everything brand new, got the tags out. We don't ask for the price, pull the cash out. 100 grand in the safe, pull the stash out. We getting loose in the booth and you know that. And everything that I spit be a throwback. You know your boy stay lit, call me Kodak. Litty Rick designer piece, yeah, let me show that.
Litty Rick designer piece, yeah, let me show that.
Litty Rick designer piece,
Yeah, let me show.
Black car, finna run it up. Red bottoms on my feet, finna f it up. Got my bag, got my money, yeah, that's true enough. If you ain't about yours, what the f is up? Black car, finna run it up. Red bottoms on my feet, finna f it up. Got my bag, got my money, yeah, that's true enough. If you ain't about yours, what the f is up? Finna run it up. Finna run it up.
It's real deep, and I only wanna share with y'all like a bird of a bed for y'all.
Hey everybody, we're back from the break. I hope you guys enjoyed that music video by Mr. Litty Rick right here, who's now going to play a game with me. He didn't want to, but we're going to make it happen. So the game is called First Thought, and the whole objective is just to get your first thought. So I'm going to read you 5 words to start, and you just give me the first word that pops in your head. No cheating. Don't sugarcoat that shit. Be real. Just tell mom not to watch it if it's something bad, okay? Here we go. Your first word is snow.
White.
Okay. Number 2, rump.
A dump.
Okay. Number 3, travel.
Airplane.
Number 4, ace.
Cards.
Number 5, John.
Wooden.
Okay. Your turn. Give me your first 5 words.
First word is ego.
I don't have one.
Second word is smiling.
Always.
Third word is Lakers.
Need to watch them.
Fourth word is grind.
Every day.
Fifth word is dog.
I got you. Okay. Your next words are peach.
Crowned.
You better say that. Or no food for you. Number 7, success.
LeBron James.
Okay. Number 8, destiny.
My cousin.
Okay. Health.
Good.
All right. And the last one, number 10, is phobia.
No comment.
Okay. That means he's got a crazy one. Is it toes, bro? Is it toes? Bust out my feet right now. Just kidding. Okay. Your next 5.
All right. Cat.
Black.
Building.
Tall.
Casting.
Agent.
Basketball.
Need to watch it.
Beach.
Gotta go.
Hey.
That's right. I do need to watch more basketball. Like I used to watch Lakers all the time. I think I have a Shaq or Kobe jersey hanging in my closet. Don't know where it came from, but I kept it. I need to watch them. So is that your favorite team?
Yeah, I used to work for the Lakers. I was a quote unquote a locker room team attendant for them for 2 years, and then grew up a fan. I grew up on Kobe, rest in peace. And then now, obviously LeBron James and the team, AD and all those guys are on there. So always been my squad.
So you were a fan before you worked for them?
Yes.
What was that like? All of a sudden, you're working for the team that you.
It was a dream come true.
Where did you fan out like all the time?
I had to be trained when I got hired that not to be starstruck and
Yeah.
professional. So
Was that hard?
no.
Okay.
I mean, they're normal people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
They're big figures, but they're normal people at the end of the day. So they were just hella cool to work with.
Okay. So what did you do in the locker room?
My job was to make sure the jerseys, warm-ups, any type of apparel that they needed ready that was hanging in their lockers. And then before they had me go out to the court, and sometimes I'd have to get there early to warm up Kobe.
Really?
Because he was the first player always. This was back in 2010 when I was working for them, and so he was always one of the first players that arrived to the Staples Center about 3 hours prior to tip off.
Wow.
And one of my supervisors would tell me to get there, early as well, so I could rebound for him while he's working out on the court. So
What was that like?
dream come true once again.
Yeah.
It was just incredible experience that I had by the time I was there. So
Okay. So was he a great person in person, like in private? Just
oh,
hearing him?
100%. I was gifted a pair of brand new Kobe shoes that I have still in the box.
Nice.
So from his personal security.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what made you stop working for the Lakers?
Just got it. Well, my aunt was sick at the time. One of my aunts wasn't doing too well, and then I got into music full time and just started grinding with that, and never looked back. Really, pretty much.
You started investing in you.
Exactly.
That's the shit right there.
Exactly.
Where do you record your music at?
I have a couple studios I go to. I have one in downtown LA. Shout out Neon Studios. Shout out Keo. And then I have another one I go to in Orange County out here in Garden Grove.
Okay.
So,
That's dope.
yeah.
And is that because you maybe work with artists out here? That's why you come to the Orange County one?
No, just one of my team, my advisors and consultants. He wanted me to come to the studio at one time because I was looking to record somewhere, and so he referred me to his producer and stuff like that. So that's how I got in touch with the studio.
Okay. So who's the funnest person you've worked with so far?
I want to say the most creative person I work with is shout out my boy Steels.
Okay.
He's a producer, so it's always fun to get in the lab when we're recording or working on a project. He's dope at what he does, and nothing but respect for him. So
Yeah. When you say producer, what does that mean? What does he do for your song? Does he provide the beats, the music?
Yeah, he provides the beats. And crazy short story was when I walked in one time to the studio, we had nothing to work with because, he hadn't made the beat yet. And this dude, pulls out his laptop.
Yeah.
And I'm there with my phone ready to put the lyrics down. And he made the beat from scratch within 20 minutes, and it was a banger.
Which one is it?
And Money Freak.
Oh, I like that one. Listen to it all day.
Money Freak, yeah. So that was some magic right there.
That's cool. So in 20 minutes, he made the beats for that song.
Yep.
And then you threw down the lyrics. What typically comes first with you, lyrics or the beats?
The beat.
The beats?
Yeah.
And then you feel motivated by that? It triggers something in you to write the lyrics?
Start writing them down. Yep.
Oh, okay. Do you play any instruments at all?
When I was a kid, I played drums. And then in the church I was going to, they had a youth choir, and I got in contact with the drummer, and they let me kind of play a couple songs during the service.
Nice.
But after that, I just kind of grew out of it, I guess, and lost interest, I guess. I mean, I still love the drums, but as far as playing them for a career or something like that, I never had no interest.
It kind of seems like you tried it, you mastered it, and you're like, moving on. Right? Moving on. Next.
Say less.
That's cool. Okay, so who is your person that you want to collaborate with on something with? Like, is there someone that you want to work with in the future?
Definitely. I'd have to say I'm a big Drake fan.
Okay.
So that's my ultimate goal, is to collaborate with him one day. And I'm a big fan of what he does and his music. And hopefully that happens sometime.
All right, cool. So that's your favorite artist.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you have a favorite female artist that maybe you would collab with?
Lotto.
Lotto.
Yeah.
Do I know her? What's one of her songs? It sounds familiar, but I can't think of it.
777.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's dope. All right. So, what is the future goal? Like the main objective to this whole music career?
Well, I mean, you want the main goal is to get established and get the foundation established. Once that happens, the sky's the limit because everything else will fall into place.
Yeah.
So my goal is to ultimately, work with the labels.
Okay.
That's what I want to do.
Is there a specific label in mind that you aspire to like be part of, be signed by?
Not really. I mean, I've always been a fan of Roc Nation. Shout out Lenny S. I had a meeting with him some years back.
Nice.
But I mean, I don't really have a favorite label. I mean, if the situation is right and they're talking good, then we can move forward with it, whatever label it may be. So
that's cool.
But it's also good to shout out independent artists because you own everything, and that's why I want to stay independent as long as I can, and then eventually get negotiating with the labels.
I feel like the independent artists are just a little bit hungrier than the signed artists. Do you feel the same way?
100%.
They grind just a little bit harder and more. 100%. Why do you think that is?
Well, I mean, because, like I said, you own everything. And there's no limitations held above you. Yeah. I'm not saying all labels do that or are like that, but, they have the more so freedom, free say. They can do what they want to do because it's their career. Yes. And they, like I said, they own everything, and they make their own schedule. So they create their own projects when they want to do them, and etc. So
do you feel also too that when some artists get signed, now they kind of lax a little bit because when you're an independent, it's like it's only you backing you up. It's only you. Do you know what I mean? Supporting you. Not saying you don't have fans and people in your corner, but like you're on your own. Right. Right. So it feels like you just gotta grind a little harder, push a little bit more.
Right. I mean, even if you get a label situation, the worst, you got to go harder than you did before you got that label situation to keep that label situation.
Yeah, to not be like a one-hit wonder, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that might be a recording artist's biggest fear is just getting that one that shoots, off the charts, and then that's it.
That's it. Yeah. Takes one.
What inspires your music?
I mean, I have a couple inspirations from other artists that I grew up listening to. So I'm usually inspired by their music, what they've done for the culture.
Like who? Who did you grow up listening to?
I grew up listening to Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Game, 50 Cent, G Unit. I mean, that was the 2000s right there.
One of my
90s.
favorite songs is, I think, a collaboration with The Game. Oh my God, I just lost it now too. And it's called Martians vs. Goblins.
Oh yeah, that was with Tyler the Creator.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. Yes, that is the shit.
That's a dope
When I'm
record.
alone in my car, that's what I be bumping.
Game is dope.
Yeah,
Game is dope
for sure. So maybe you'd like to collaborate with them one day. Could you imagine?
That'd be insane.
You'd definitely fan out. I know you would. If not, I'd be there for you, like in the background. I'll be like your alter ego, just fanning out for you.
Definitely. No, that would be a hell of an accomplishment.
That's dope. So when you're not making these crazy fire beats, which I love, and I'm not gonna lie to you, some people send me their music and I'm like, next, I can't do it. But your stuff is really magic. I love it. It's even my mom was in here like, play his music. I'm like, I am. She's like, oh, I like it. I like that. I'm like, right? When you're not doing that though, what are your hobbies? What do you do?
I like to go to theme parks. I'm a little kid at heart still. Okay. So, all theme parks, Disneyland, Magic Mountain, Knott's Berry Farm.
And you get on all those rides?
Yeah, most of them.
Most of them? Which one do you not get on?
Superman,
which one? Is that
Magic
the one?
Mountain.
Wait, you're like this laying down, right? Are you laying down?
You're sitting down and it goes up it goes straight up.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, no, I'm cool off of that. But, I like going to theme parks, movies, bowling, trying new restaurants, traveling when I can, spending time with friends and family. So, I'm a real low key person when I'm out working. So
yeah. Do you have someone special in your life?
Negative. Not.
Oh shit, girls, he's single. Hit me up for the DM. I'll send you his way. That's cool. Yeah. Is that how you want it right now? Just free and clear.
I'm focused on the bag.
I hear
now,
you.
You know what I'm saying?
Give me that. Give me that. Me too. I'm like, I ain't got time for these boys. I'm trying to hit a deal. I don't have time for these boys. So, but you have had someone special in your life before, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Before we go, do you have a message for someone that is wanting to be in the same position you are right now? With the music on the Spotify, being able to focus 100% on your career, like that's a gift. I know a lot of people that have to have a 9-to-5 too. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So what's your message to someone that is aspiring to be where you're at today?
Just work hard. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't doubt. Don't let the haters naysay you. Never lose confidence in what you're trying to do. And just work hard. That's the main thing. If you work hard and you continue to believe in what you're doing and believe in your craft, sky's the limit and you'll get to where you need to be.
That's dope. What's the name of your latest song that just came out?
It is called, we had the band's record in the fall, Throw It Back, and then I just dropped Big Dog. Mm-hmm. And then
I knew. I was just testing you. I was thinking in my head of Big Dog, Big Dog. So that's the latest single?
Big Dog came out in April, and then we got my new single featuring Lena Loy, produced by Steels. It's called, it's a more R&B-ish type vibe for the ladies.
Okay.
That's produced by Steels. It's coming out June 16th on all platforms.
Nice. And are you going to be performing anywhere live? Anywhere soon?
This summer, yeah. That's the plan. We're gonna get some shows lined up. We got BET Weekend coming up. Shout out CHM on that, my management at the time. So he'll be coming out here, and we'll be networking and mingling at these events. Okay,
perfect. I just want to let you guys know when the cameras stop rolling, Litty is gonna show me how to do all these shout outs because I didn't learn how to do that. Like shout out, like you're on it. You know what I mean? You don't skip a beat. You know who to give credit to. That's important because you got to give credit where credit's due in this industry. You know what I mean?
Right.
I love that. So this summer, you guys can have opportunity to see him perform live. And I'm also going to extend the invitation and tell you to please send me your music video so I can put on the top 5.
Oh, you already know.
Okay, good. And I also want to invite you to the show on Urban Soul TV. It's called Urban Soul Live, where you can perform live for the world to see. Where can people follow you?
You follow me on all platforms at Litty Rick, at LITTYRIK. And that's Instagram, Twitter, all the platforms.
Perfect. Do you want to say anything else before we go? We got some grub out there waiting for us.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
No, thank you for the opportunity. It's definitely a pleasure to be here and, speak my mind and chat with you. And let's get it.
This is the first time, but it will not be the last time you come on the show. I cannot wait to work with you on some other things and put you on some other platforms for sure.
Sounds great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys have been watching The Crown Peach Show. I'm your host. That was Litty Rick. Make sure you guys follow him on all platforms. Follow our show, The Crown Peach Show. Leave us a message, subscribe, send me an email or DM, but make sure you kiss it. Keep it simple, sexy.
It's Litty, AM, and we back. We back. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. She know when I call that she gon' wait up for me. Don't need to call me, you can just wait on a beat. Let's go. I got a feeling that we gon' be for a while. She biting and scratching, I think this girl kinda wild. Let's dance. Girl, when I'm inside of you, something about the way you move feels so good. Got me feeling brand new. Keep me running back to you. She said she got it from her mama, that's a whole lot. I know her daddy keep that pistol by the door now. Call her my Energizer bunny cause she don't stop. And she don't come up for no air when she on her job. Yeah. Anything you say, girl, I believe it true. We can get it poppin' on this rendezvous. We can get it poppin'. Let me know what you're trying to do. Yeah. I just gotta know. Tell me, are you ready? Lay it down, ready. Lay it down, ready. Lay it down. I just gotta know. Ready. Lay it down, ready. Lay it down, ready. Lay it down. I just gotta know.
She looking for Litty whenever she need that pick me up. I slow her down, speed it up till she can get enough. Asking for me, RIC, I be killing them. She so for real, her candy rain on these M&M's. Man, she put it down on the low, on the ground to the flow. I be busting rounds like a pro. She got it tied up, she needed I slide up. I'm fired up and I can open her right up. She amazing with the neck, amazing with the sex. I can't lie to her, so I tell her she the best. I'm amazing with the tongue, she feel it in her lungs, and that's how I got her sprung.
Anything you say, girl, I believe it true. We can get it poppin' on this rendezvous. We can get it poppin'. Let me know what you're tryna do. I just gotta know, Tell me when you're ready. Lay it down, ready. Lay it down, ready. Lay it down. I just gotta know, ready. Lay it down, ready. Lay it down, ready. Lay it down. I just gotta know,
It's Litty and AM, we back at it again. Now go and tell your friends who pockets full of ends. Cause when the time's right, my mind's right. Know what I like, and I like that she don't bust it open for the limelight. She do plenty and many things, any and everything. We together, keep that phone on silent, don't hear a thing. She like boats and shopping sprees, traveling overseas. She slick, so she told me this when she's on top of me. Don't let the girl fool ya, pretty face will school ya. Good girl persona, but like it longer than a ruler. My type of lady, sexy and half crazy. Don't need a good girl, cause that shit's overrated. She amazing with the neck, amazing with the sex. I can't lie to her, so I tell her she the best. I'm amazing with the tongue, she feel it in her lungs, and that's how I got her sprung.
anything you say, girl, I believe it true. We can get it poppin' on this rendezvous. We can get it poppin'. Let me know what you're tryna do. I just gotta know, Tell me when you're ready. Lay it down, ready. Lay it down, ready. Lay it down. I just gotta know, ready. Lay it down, ready. Lay it down, ready. Lay it down. I just gotta know,
That's how we do. Return to the noise is how we do. You know it's how we do. It goes, kick off your shoes, relax your feet. Keep your iceberg, step tail, bring the heat. Classes in session, everybody take a seat.